again. All right. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Stephen Edwards, the man, the mission. Mr. Stephen Edwards is a motivational speaker, a theater and movie producer, director, writer, and actor. He was one of the first people in the Caribbean to complete Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad coaching program. He is the executive chairman of Stephen Edwards Productions and one of the chief architects of the award-winning Transformation Through Theater and Technology and Theater for Tots to Teens programs. Under his stewardship, Stephen Edwards Productions, a non-governmental organization based in Trinidad and Tobago, works with youth and children in vulnerable communities, inspiring them to an improved state through theater and technology. Stephen Edwards Productions has won several awards, some of which include, in 2013, they captured an award to produce a pilot children's television series because of their innovative approach to communicating with children. In 2012, the TTCSI Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries Excellence in Service Award for Best Recent Service. And again in 2012, the Ideas to Innovation Awards. Stephen's greatest passion in life is to help young people discover their genius and push them to operate within, not without their limits. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the mission, Stephen Edwards.
Good morning, and a special good morning to each and every one. I just want to recognize some persons: Ms. Beverly Dimas, Manager EDSS, Ms. Yvette Henry, Regional Manager South, Ms. Rosalind Elias, Program Manager Retraining, Ms. Daphne Bartlett, President San Fernando Business Association, Mr. Nicholas James, Representative Information Technology, and Mr. Steve Meadows. Well, that's it. Say special good morning and all other protocols observed. Now, I come from a long line of storytellers. My grandfather was a storyteller. My father is a storyteller. And I tell stories in different ways. I wasn't sure if there was refreshments provided, so I brought my own. So, I have some tricks and cheese, the vital supplies for all of you all who may know it. So I want to start today's talk a little bit with a story. Would you all indulge me? Yes. All right. I want to take you back to 1925. Wow. Yeah, long time. Long time. Those times, people would leave Trinidad and go to London via ships, right? So we didn't have, very rare, you would have planes coming, so they would go by boat. And I want to tell you a story of a young man by the name of Samuel, who was 16 at the time, just finished high school, and was coming out to face the world for opportunities. And so he decided that he's going to take all the money that he has. He borrowed money from friends. He exhausted all his savings to buy this ticket to go to London. And when he bought the ticket, he realized all he had was $1 remaining. $1 in those times could have bought a meal at least. And so, knowing that he wouldn't have money for anything else, he packed all his clothes and he said, you know what? I have to eat for this 2 weeks. So I'm going to take my $1 and buy cricks and cheese. And in those days, cricks used to be in a big tin. All right, good. So we're on the same page. And he bought this big block of cheese. It would have been a much bigger block than this one that you're seeing here, but my wife told me that's all the cheese I could take. Alright? And so, I want to tell you a little bit about Samuel. Samuel was excited about this trip. He listened to the engine. He listened to the big horn of the boat. Let me get some volume, please, song man. Alright? And then he sailed off on this journey. Excited with the whole world, and he saw his whole future in front of his face. He was like, when I reach to London, I'll get a job, things will be great, I will leave this old life. And so Samuel came on the ship, and he saw all these other young people, he saw older people, he saw affluent people. And so he bought a third-class ticket. And someone, before he left, he said, so Samuel, why about a third class? He said, well, fifth class wasn't available. So this is what I could afford. But every night, Samuel had one suit, and he would wear this one suit to dinner. And he would go inside the dinner hall and come back out, so that people would feel that he went to dinner. All right? Wrong track, someone. Bear with me, please. So, this is Samuel, and watching everybody ham, pheasant on the table, and Samuel hungry. And he just by the door and he watching and everybody pass. He smiled like if he going in just now. But he was hungry. And all that waiting for him after he smelled all that food is grits and cheese. And so Samuel did this for 12 nights straight. It took 2 weeks to come from Trinidad to London. And while he was staying there, he made a good friend with someone by the name of Arthur. And Arthur said to him, Samuel, how come I never see you for dinner? And he said, I see you all during the day, but I don't ever see you for dinner. So Samuel looked at him, and he trusted Arthur because he considered Arthur a true friend. And with his voice cracking, and really, really remorseful, he said, Arthur, I don't have any money to pay for dinner. Arthur paused for a moment. And as though he didn't know what to say to that, his reply was, Samuel, did you know that dinner was included in the price of the ticket? You all laugh, right? I'm glad we could find fun in Samuel's misfortune, right? But here's the point though. Here's the point. There are many things available to us. But if we don't take the time to inquire on it, we cannot take advantage of the opportunities. And today, many of you all here are like Samuel, just come out of a retraining program. And the world is there for you to take. Dinner is available for you. But for some of us, because we don't know, we don't take advantage of it. Your team is using technology to find jobs. And I want to tell you that the world is a huger place because of technology. You are no longer limited and waiting for somebody to discover you. Not only now could you leverage technology to acquire a job, but you could leverage technology to provide jobs. If you look at the world now, a long time ago you had to wait for I do television productions as well. And a long time ago, you had to wait for some station to pick up a movie or pick up something that you created. Now there's YouTube. You don't have to wait for anybody to let you in the gate. Technology has provided the avenue for you to take advantage of it and let people know, I am here. I deserve to be here. One of the things that I love about the Ytepp training is that it's not conventional education. And I have nothing against education, but the education system as it exists right now is failing us. And so you have an opportunity now to do one of the most important things in life, and that's to discover your genius. You see, when you discover your genius, nobody could replace you. Because nobody could do what you do better than you. There's nobody. I write, I direct, I produce, I act. And nobody have my style. Because nobody could do me better than me. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And so, today, one of the things that I want you to do is forget the excuses. Some of us are young, some of us are not so young. And I want to address that. It is never too late to operate in your genius. Anybody here, even if you don't eat it, has heard of KFC? Alright. Okay, like a lot of people eat it. Right? And right now it looks a lot better than my pizza and cheese on the table. But you know this man in the white suit that they have with the beard and so on? Colonel Sanders. You know he spent most of his life in the army. But what is he most noted for? Do you know at what age he started KFC? Well, to give you